Hey,
Hello,
morning, everyone.
hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Welcome. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Happy Friday.
Hey, Danny. Hey, Sasha.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Yay.
Did it, just real quick, did it ask you all for a passcode or no?
It
Okay,
did
so
for a
just-
second, and then I closed out of it and then tried it again, and then it let me in.
Good. My fix went through.
Yeah. All right. How's everyone doing?
Good.
How's everyone's week? Sorry.
Busy. Super busy.
Good busy or bad busy?
Just busy. Neither nor. I started a new job this week.
Oh,
I
cool.
have to answer the phone, actually. I'll be right back.
How's it going, Jen?
Hey, I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Not bad. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks
Lovely
for hanging
to
out
meet
with
everyone.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
You too.
How's it going,
Does
Sasha?
everyone have their coffee, have their tea?
I'm good. Yeah, and yep, I've got tea today.
Nice.
Where's everyone based?
I'm in Ohio. Where are you?
London.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's
I'm
right
in Wisconsin.
I'm
But it
in
looks
Los
like you're on the moon.
Angeles. Yes. Somewhere in space. How's it going, Lindsay?
Good. I'm really excited. We had our kickoff yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
How did that
How
go?
did that go?
It was good. I learned that it's probably realistic to expect roughly half the people who purchased tickets to your event or, signed up for free tickets to actually attend. So we had 30 people registered and we had about 15 people who showed up.
That's actually a really good conversion rate. Like,
Okay.
often you get a bigger drop off.
For a free event. Yeah.
You can tell I'm new to this because I was like, I thought everyone was going to show up.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But the event was really fun. People who were there were really engaged. We had a lot of interactive activities, and we've got a mural board now full of ideas for what our chapter activities could be. We did a vote.
Nice.
We've got prioritization, and I got all excited
Amazing.
last night, and I've drawn out maybe this is what our events calendar could look like for this year now, based on the stuff we did.
Wow.
It's really good.
So yeah, Lindsay, maybe you
Love
can share some of the prompts that you covered during the event.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
a
In
little
fact,
bit more context.
would you guys like me to share my mural board and you can see the stuff?
Yeah,
Sure,
please.
sure.
That'd be great.
Sure.
Let me do this.
So for context, Lindsay is one of the hosts of the Seattle chapter, and they just had their first kickoff meetup yesterday on Earth Day.
Amazing.
Yeah. Very
So,
cool.
This is our mural board. So our event format was we did a little introduction and talked about climate designers first. We had a PowerPoint that we walked through for everything. And then we did a warm-up activity where we just sent people into breakout rooms and asked them to introduce themselves, say what part, what part of the area they live in. And then this was our conversation starter question: in a climate apocalypse, what would be your survival superpower? So we got some entertaining answers.
I love that one.
What are some of those
That's
answers?
great.
The winner is actually the partner of one of my colleagues who is a mechanical engineer, and they process human and animal waste into new products, and he's like, I can create clean water, and I was like, you
That's
are on my
important.
survival team.
Although, I mean, becoming a mermaid is a very close second.
Right. I mean, I think I want to be on that team too.
Oh my gosh.
So that was just a fun way to start out our event.
Nice.
And then I will zoom all the way over to the other side of the board. Next, what we did is we presented some information about 3 local environmental organizations. This was kind of to set the tone for what kinds of priorities we want to set for our chapter. So we showcased 3 different organizations locally. And that was kind of the prompt before we went into a brainstorm. And here are the brainstorm frameworks. We have 3 focus areas for our chapter: professional support, so how we can bring climate designers into the work we do; community impact, how can we use design tools to help impact locally, and climate design education. And then this other side of the framework is we could do like a one-time event, we could do series of events, we could do full-on projects, or there's another category for ideas that fell outside of that. And let's see. Oh, these were the prompts you were asking about. So we did a really quick reminder of like rules of brainstorming, how to brainstorm effectively. Then we did 10 minutes for people to just add their ideas on their own to the mural board, and asked, how can we support the goals of our local climate organizations? What kinds of climate focused projects would you love to work on? What kinds of events would you love to attend? So we want to find that intersection of impact and participation, essentially. And then after we did about 10 minutes or so of individual brainstorming, we sent people into breakout groups again, so they could kind of chat about what are you seeing on there? What are some ideas that sound really cool to you? And encourage them to kind of build on some of the ideas there and start thinking about voting. And then we did 2 rounds of voting, where first they got 3 votes to vote for what ideas seemed most impactful, and then 3 votes for things that they thought would be the most fun, that they'd be excited to participate in. So then I'll switch us over to my Figma file. This is kind of our voting outputs that we got. So for most impactful, a great idea that came up was doing listening sessions where we like talk to members of frontline communities that are involved in these environmental organizations and maybe living more of the direct impacts of climate, and use that as kind of a springboard for how we participate in that local space. A lot of enthusiasm over doing some kind of local school partnership where we do kind of climate themed design projects with either high school or college age students. So that showed up both impactful and in the most fun to do. My drunk climate videos idea also made the top most fun. So that may be a project that we tackled this year. Anyway, and like between like beach cleanups and park cleanups, if you kind of combine those as doing sort of like litter pickups, that's pretty high up there. So basically I'm kind of like pulling ideas from like 2 votes and above, which isn't like super high, but it's guidance at any rate. And then over here, this is me getting all excited and seeing like, what could our events calendar look like for the year? So if we try to have like at least one monthly meetup, it's kind of a standard like lunchtime 1 hour like we did for our kickoff event. We've already started just encouraging people every Friday to go to a park and like write climate messaging in the park with chalk and then hashtag talk about climate. I think we could add to that maybe next month, start doing litter cleanups. And because of the idea about listening to the local community, I was kind of mashing up those ideas and thinking perhaps we could try to like co-host these litter pickups with local organization groups, so we can start to like build those partnerships in just like a nice casual way. So like, hey, let's team up with Front and Centered, and our climate designers and Front and Centered volunteers will all go do a litter pickup together. So that might be a nice way to have interaction with our local environmental organizations.
Amazing. How much, just out of interest, if it's okay to jump in, how much time do people feel like they're able to devote? I mean, because obviously people have their own lives, and I'm brand new to this, by the way, first meetup tonight to my time. So yeah, I'm just curious how it works. How much time do people feel like they can devote to it?
Yeah, I don't know if we have a perfect gauge of that at this stage. We did do a follow-up survey and asked if people are interested in becoming more involved, like going beyond attending events and helping to plan events or participate in projects. And so far we got at least 3 people who said they were up for that level of engagement. I think what we will try to do is structure it so we'll like offer up the opportunity, and if there's engagement then we will do it, but we're not going to like commit to making it happen until we have that participation established. But yeah, I'm super excited that we could do all these fun things. I will say, like, I feel confident that like we could probably pull off like monthly meetups plus like a few recurring things as we get into like bigger projects or big events. I'm starting to think maybe this should be collaboration where it's more the global climate designers organization. And we could, Seattle might help bring some ideas, but that could become a broader thing. So like we could have across the US, we could all create drunk climate videos. There was a lot of enthusiasm for this idea of having a climate designers hackathon. And another top voted idea was like creating like a local circular economy experiment to test out. And I thought maybe we could use the hackathon to launch the circular economy idea. But
That'd
that
be
again
so
seems
cool.
like maybe a global climate designers thing that we
Yeah.
could do, because that's a big lift.
There's
Those are
something-
some really cool ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'm really excited with
amazing.
what we got from our little workshop yesterday. It was really inspiring.
Nice. So yeah, y'all go to your local chapter meetup so you can get some shit done.
Anyway, thanks for listening to all my
Nice.
stuff. I'm
No,
pretty,
this-
pretty
this
jazzed
is-
about it.
Amazing. Nice work.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I'm thinking, Lindsay, of reaching back out to you, and maybe you can create a template in Mural for other chapters to use, you know,
Sure.
and how can we like repurpose some of the stuff that everyone else is doing? I know Marudu from Bangalore, she has a ton of different things that she's been cooking up too. So how can we like bring all the chapter leader resources together to
It's a great
deliver
idea.
to other chapter leaders? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's
Yeah,
great. Yeah, definitely keep us
Yeah.
posted and see how we can support.
that sounds good.
If any
So-
other chapters end up wanting to do a trivia game, we've got some pretty good questions getting started with our Midwest
I am
chapter.
excited. Yes, I'm excited to see what you guys ask.
So
That's
is
next week, right?
Next Thursday.
everyone
sorry.
here? Oh no, sorry to jump in. Is everyone here a chapter leader? Is that how it works? Or I'm sorry if I just gate crashed.
No, not at all. Not at all. This is a great meeting for people who are new. Just want to see who's in. It's just a casual meeting. Those of
Amazing.
you who are chapter leaders, introduce yourselves and say where you're calling in from. You just heard from Lindsay, who's our chapter leader of Seattle.
Yep.
Anyone else out there from Seattle? And then I think I saw some of the LA hosts. I saw Rachel pop in.
Hey. Yeah, I
Hello.
co-host the LA chapter with Margaret Toe and Margie Peng.
Nice.
So we have 3 co-hosts, which really helps with
Mm,
planning and
bet.
stuff, to not feel like it's all on one person to do it all.
okay.
Awesome.
And I am the chapter leader for Western New York.
Yes.
We have an
Right.
event planned for May 6th, but it's just through my class right now. So we're doing a sense of place walk, and Jason and I have a lot of really good ideas around that. We had an hour meeting this past yesterday, and it would just, we have so many ideas. It's really exciting. So we're going to kind of test it out on the students, and then come here to climate designers and really run one through this network.
Sounds
Um,
amazing.
Cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm also have a meeting with Jason today, Mark. I just wanted to tell you because I'm thinking about trying to do the Pando summer thing with Lance, and so we have an event about that this afternoon. I'm really excited.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Panda's
Awesome.
magical. Nice.
I want to go so bad.
Very cool.
And we've got Sasha here from the Midwest.
Yep, I'm a co-chapter leader for Midwest US with Alex and Eric.
Yes.
And we're having
And,
our kickoff event next week, but pretty much everybody can come to it, even if you're not in the Midwest. We're having a trivia game.
Awesome.
That sounds fun. Yeah, no, Jen, we have a chapter that's a UK chapter.
Mhm.
The leads aren't on today. They're probably at work or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if you've
Oh.
met them yet, but that'll be fun.
No, very first time. So I'm just jotting down a note that there is a UK chapter, and I'll look them up.
Excellent. Excellent. Anyone else joining for the first time?
Yeah, this is my first time here.
Welcome.
Thank
Where
you,
are you
thank you.
calling in from?
I live in the Bay Area in California.
You look so familiar to me. I used
Do
to
I?
live in the Bay Area. Yeah.
I LinkedIn stalked you, Sarah, and I saw you went to school in Idaho, and I'm from Idaho. Did you go to Idaho?
What? What?
Yeah.
Where in
which
Idaho are you from? Nobody's from Idaho.
Like Southeast Idaho.
Me too.
No way.
What?
So I probably met like one other designer in my whole career from Idaho, and he works with me because we're friends. and
gosh.
that's like my full radius of Idaho designers. So hello.
I'm so surprised because in my experience, people who grew up in Southeast Idaho don't leave.
Yeah,
And so that's why nobody else meets anyone from Idaho. It's one of those places where people just, they marry their high school sweetheart and they never leave. And that's why I left. I was like, why do these people have no sense of adventure?
totally. Yep. Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, I've lived here in the Bay Area for about 7 years now. I've got 2 little boys and I'm married, and I work at Rivian, which is an electric vehicle company. And we have like 30 people on our team that are all like hardcore climate designer minded people, but keep asking for like, what can we do? What can we do? So I stumbled upon this group and I was like, I'll go investigate and maybe recruit a whole bunch of people to come in and
Have some joy.
Actually, so maybe this is
Awesome.
a good opportunity, Kai, since you brought this up. We're starting to put together packages for companies to have us be brought in and train their designers to become climate designers. So we need to find a better phrase for this, but kind of like corporate training, basically.
Right. Yeah.
And we have a creative agency that we're going to be working with early summer to do that as kind of a pilot. But we should definitely connect and talk a bit about this. We're definitely hearing from a lot of designers like yourselves saying, hey, my design team, they really want to do more around this topic. They just don't know how. And so how can we collectively bring our skills and experience together to go and drop some knowledge on these design teams?
Awesome. Yeah, and if you want any help with that workshop, like collaboration too, I'd be down to do that, because we've done a couple little ones here. We have a bunch of designers that came from Patagonia and like other big like climate oriented brands. So yeah, what we just realized, like I'm in a lucky spot with the company I'm at, and if we can help empower other designers and like figure out what we can do to keep that momentum going, that's almost more impactful than like even doing good work at your own company. Yeah. So, and I just saw your chat. I was with Brennan yesterday, so that's awesome.
It's a small world, y'all.
It is a small world.
I haven't seen him since he was like first starting at Tesla when they were first starting out.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, thanks for welcoming me. I was like a warmer welcome than I anticipated. I expected just to be a fly on the wall. So thank you.
Well, that's what these weekly calls are for, is to just, have a conversation with our members. So
get to know each other.
But since we're all here and I have this page pulled up, some of you might have seen this in our newsletter and on the online platform, but as you can tell, we have a number of our chapter leads here with us, and when I say we, I mean Sarah and I. We've been, with the help of a small team of volunteers, have been evolving climate designers over the last 18 or so months now, but we're at a point now where it's time to like go big. And I think we're coming off the success of our 2-week summit. We got a lot of new members from it. We got a lot of good interest from it. And we would love to, and this isn't for everyone on the call, but this is also for people who are watching the replay on YouTube. Find some more help. We need some help. We have lots of different ideas. We're not short on ideas on how to blow this thing up. It's just bandwidth. So we're looking for people who can help with a number of things. We have, as I mentioned, the conference that ended. We have so many great sessions that we recorded, and we would love to start promoting those sessions so that people can watch the replays. So if you all know anyone who would be willing to watch the conference for free and then create spotlight reels, totally send them our way. We would love to create little, 30-second highlight reels for various sessions as a way to promote the sessions. What else? We would love to have some help with all things social media. I'm not a big social media person, but we have a pretty good following on Instagram. So if anyone wants to take over our social media stuff and even our newsletter, that would be super helpful. And of course, we can work with you all on any of this. We have ideas for designing merch. So t-shirts, posters, stickers, cool things like that. Obviously sustainable and all that good stuff. Feel free to let us know if you're willing to design some cool stuff, some cool swag. And I think we got some good interest from SF and New York City chapter leaders. So we're good on that. But again, as always, since we have 4 chapter leaders on this call, if any of you are interested in starting a chapter in your city, town, region, let me know. But yeah, we can only do so much. So
Yeah, this is a volunteer run organization right now. There's no funding behind it. So we're doing everything, grassroots for fun right now. But actually, if anybody knows how to fundraise and get this thing budgeted, that would actually go a long way too. We're working on like business model structure and stuff. So that's why we want to delegate some of these things that we've been doing, Mark and me, kind of on our own, so that we can focus more on some of that more official stuff.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
So
and we've just one last slide, and we've been really interested in the co-op model, and so we've been talking to a number of people over the last week or so, and we have a few other calls lined up in the next week, just getting more info on the co-op business model structure. From our research, the co-op model is kind of straightforward, but it's the small little details of how you create it that's what makes the big difference. So because we feel like those who are investing time and energy into building this thing up should be compensated for it. So our chapter leaders, our volunteers, people that are helping build this thing out, we want to make sure that they get paid for their work. So
yeah, and are also leaders of the organization and have a say in how decisions are made. We don't want this to be the Mark and Sarah show.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I got other stuff to do.
So, like for the new people on the chat tonight, or tonight British time, or those who might come across it on YouTube, like, what's the kind of vision for, if you guys had to summarize your vision for climate designers? Say everything goes the way you want it to over the next 12 months. Where would it end up in 12 months, and how would it expand? What would it look like for you guys to nail your goals?
Yeah, our big goal is, what if every designer were a climate designer? And it's as simple as that. If every designer were a climate designer in every company, in every capacity, all over the world.
Amazing.
Everything that gets created, hopefully design touches it. There are a lot of things that get created that designers don't touch, and it just gets designed poorly. But every time a designer is involved, they make businesses better, they make products better, they make messaging campaigns better, they make brands better. And if all of those designers have at their core understanding of how to make those things better for the planet as well, it just cuts to the root of a lot of our problems. The way that things are made, the way that things are sourced, and the supply chains of everything, and the waste life cycle of everything. Designers have a systemic view and can ask the right questions and interject at the right point in time and say, hey, let's do this a different way. So we have a lot of goals around how to make that vision a reality, which, some of it is chapters in every city and region. And we work with design schools, educators who educate designers. And like Mark mentioned earlier, working with existing design teams in corporations to help give them that perspective and mindset and knowledge and skills and tools. And running events and doing conferences and educating people, and maybe even doing global hackathons and projects like Lindsay was talking about, to help people build up their climate portfolios and their climate knowledge, and help people feel really confident leading their teams to success in both their companies and in the planet's ability to sustain life.
Amazing.
Wow.
Right?
Good thing we had that. Good thing we had that recorded. I'm gonna spice that up.
That's
You can
brilliant.
quote me on that.
That was really good.
That was with no notes.
That was off the top of my head, man. Good question.
It's a really lofty goal. It's amazing.
No, we have no small aims.
I mean,
go big or go home, right?
What we're trying to do is create a whole new creative industry, and how to accomplish that is what Sarah mentioned. I don't know, Jen, you're in London currently, but yesterday, Biden, our president, announced, this lofty goal of cutting emissions down by half.
I noticed, and I did a happy dance.
Yeah, right.
And so when we see these or hear about these big ambitious goals, those are great and all, but designers can and should play a role in that, because with our skills we can help move those ideas forward and actually implement those ideas. And so the way that I talk about it is that, you know, designers alone aren't going to be the ones to save the world. I think designers can play a great supporting role, you know. And so with our skill sets, with everything that we have in our toolkits, like we can definitely support those on the front lines, the scientists, the researchers, the policy makers, the community activists, the community organizers. Yeah. And so can we, as climatedesigners.org, can we provide the actionable, tangible methods for designers to step up and take climate action? We're not in the business of inspiration. The fact that people have joined the community, the fact that you all are here during these coffee breaks, coming to our events like last night in Seattle, that you were already inspired to do that. Now you want to actually get to work. And that's what we're trying to do, is provide you all with all the opportunities, resources, connections, community, all that stuff. So
do you have
clock's ticking.
Yeah, do you have like something that comes to mind as far as like a fruit of all this labors that you guys have done, aside from just inspiring people, that even like, that's, if we could replicate that 100 times, that's what we'd love to see?
Say that again.
Like I guess I'm curious, like, as you've been doing this, and I'm not really sure how long you've been doing this either, so maybe you could fill that in, but have you seen like a result of getting all these designers together talking about this that really stands out in your mind as like that's the goal right there?
Yeah. So we've been doing this for about 18 months or so. The online community is only about 13 months, last March, I think, Rachel, Sarah, right?
Yeah.
But to answer your question more specifically, I'll give you a very concrete, tangible point. One of my good buddies is the chair of an art and design program at a very large state school in the US. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to jinx.
Don't want to jinx it.
But we've been working with him last fall to put together an application to create a certification and a minor around climate design. And what he did within his school is look at all the programs that are existing and basically created this climate design centric curriculum based on, I think, 4 schools within the larger university. I should say
disciplinary.
Yeah. And he put the application together, and he has a lot of great support from his higher ups, and all signs point to it being greenlit for fall 2022.
You can minor in climate design or get a certification in climate design. Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that, you know, we've been written about in AIGA. We were even asked to be part of their National Design Conference last November to put a panel on around climate design. So the fact that this 100-plus-year-old design association invited us, I mean, that says a lot too. And
I have a few sort of examples that are emerging, you know, just as recent as yesterday was Earth Day. And I saw, you know, these are just small things, but I saw several people, you know, posting something on their Instagram that's like, here's some education about the climate problem, or here's a way that you can take action. And they often mentioned us as like, thanks to climate designers for, you know, giving me direction on this path, or for inspiring me, or for educating me. Another one that stands out to me is one of our community members, you know, was inspired by one of the sessions that we ran during our conference to go to her town's council meeting and speak up for Indigenous voices being involved in their decision making. And she's actually got them on a path where they're going to implement a program where they actually do that, which is kind of amazing. Another success story that we heard last week was one of the community members who works with like one of her biggest clients, she didn't say what, but gave a big presentation after watching one of our sustainable packaging sessions during the conference, and convinced them to go to their higher ups to start changing their practices around packaging and the things that they produce and how much waste they produce, and, you know, really got them to change their way of thinking and approach. So, you know, that was a success story that she shared, and I'm really proud of her for doing that. And that just came directly from the information that we're all sharing with each other. So
Amazing.
I'll stop there.
Yeah, amazing. Very cool.
Yeah, so it's been great, but again, we wouldn't be able to do any of this without the help of our volunteers. And so yeah, for those who are on the call, thanks for doing all the work, and for those who are watching, thank you. But yeah, we're top of the hour. We don't want to keep you all starting your day or ending your day, Jen.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for another great coffee session. We do these every Friday, 9:30 Pacific, 12:30 Eastern, 4:30, 5:30, Jen.
5:30. Yeah.
5:30.
British summertime. 5:30.
Yeah.
Nice.
But enjoy the rest of your day. Maybe we'll see you next week. And yeah, if anything, we'll see you on the platform.
Thanks for hanging out with us for this 30 minutes. Great to see you all.
Lovely to meet everybody. Have a great
Yeah,
weekend.
lovely to meet you
Good to see
too.
you all.
Welcome, Kyson. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye.